it magically gets it. For different tasks, we can experiment with more examples. Like instead of asking few shot like one shot, you can ask in terms of 3 shot, 5 shot, 10 shot, or multiple terms. It's like you try to unfold some magic tricks through it. It's like guiding a conversation with our models from fine tuning to getting rid of biasness. It's all about crafting relevant prompts that bring out the best possible results in our models. Welcome back to the series of the prompt engineering. Before moving forward, let's talk about the previous lectures that are based on the advanced prompt engineering strategies that we discuss, like zero shot techniques, zero shot strategies, prompt engineering strategies, prompt crafting techniques, each and everything about prompt engineering in detail. Now buckle up because we are deep diving into the world of another prompt engineering technique, that is few short prompts and their incredible impacts on LLMs. It's like turning the limitations into the superpowers for AI. So let's get ready to reveal the secrets behind these few short prompts and how they revolutionize the way of our models about learning and feature adaptation features. All right, before we jump in, let's make sure we have got the tools for this adventure. You will need some Python skills, some knowledge of large language models, traditional language models, and a basic understanding of deep learning and machine learning concepts. And don't forget about prompt engineering techniques as well. Our goal for this whole journey are pretty clear. We try to introduce you to the fascinating world of few short prompts. We try to give you a bird's eye view of how these prompts work their magic. Also, we try to make sure that you are able to get a hands-on practice with demonstration and exercise to master these powerful techniques. Hold on tight because this here is the game plan for the deep diving in few short techniques. Imagine transforming limitations into advantages. That's what few short techniques do for large language models. It's like giving our models the superpower to learn and adapt even with minimal data. So get ready for a journey where we will empower these models with the ability to conquer new tasks in a snap. All right, let's break this suspense and move towards the introduction part of this technique. So, few shot learning is like the secret sauce that makes model learn from just a few examples. Imagine they can go from a tiny data set to perform complex tasks like jams. But how? How is that possible? Like how we are doing it? So that will be possible by using meta learning and transfer techniques. We are bridging the gap between limited data and top-notch performance. Like this technique eventually work with some instruction mechanism, like when you try to instruct the model as like translate the following sentences to French. This method leverages pre-trained knowledge for specialized tasks. Like you try to showcase the model's versatility in performing specific tasks with minimal type of examples. These type of techniques are pure gold, especially when tried to capture some data that is scarce or changing rapidly. So now moving forward, if you want to have better understanding about this technique, you have to picture this like few short prompts are like giving our models a boost, which includes some examples right in the prompts, and suddenly our model performs like rockstar. It's like guiding them towards success with the right ingredients. Like few short prompt will give the model like booster shot that will affect the prompt crafting strategies, prompt engineering strategies, like how we have to pass the exact and accurate prompt to the model and how it will analyze the model's capability and try to generate the best possible response against these particular type of questions. Also, you can see through the diagram as well, it will try to generate some responses based on the understanding feature of the large language models that will result in terms of sentiments. Sometimes sentiments will be positive, sometimes it will be negative. It totally depends upon the criteria and the situation which we try to generate, which we try to create against our situation, against our question, which we try to pose on large language models. Hold on, why should we even bother with few shot learning? Well, think of it as a clever set of strategies that help our models nail tasks even with just a pinch of training data. They are like superheroes that can do anything. Like they t- they try to take a small set of example and generalize to new tasks. They try to quickly learn new tasks like it's a piece of cake. That's meta learning. Like they try to leverage pre-trained knowledge and fine tune with the smaller data set for top performance. In a nutshell, they're adaptable champs that don't need to start from scratch each and every time. Whenever they try to utilize it, whenever they try to answer a question, or whenever they try to generate some responses that are not even available in their pre-training data set or resources. Now let's deep dive into the crafting strategies. Into the crafting strategies of few shot prompting. These are like magical prompts. It's a journey. So you have to leave it. Start from defining the task you want the model to do. You have to ask the model like you what you want from it, for that purpose you have to carefully choose example that will light the way, that will highlight the way, light the way, or enlighten the whole way of the journey which you try to cover. Then you try to design some prompts that set the stage for brilliance. After that, you try to inject contextual info to make them even smarter. Then fine tune these prompts to perfection, try to validate, iterate, and even sometimes it requires refinement because we are not stopping here. After that, we have some other features like cross domain transfer. Yep, that's part of the deal as well. Lastly, we test and see these prompts in action. So hold on your hats because here is a cool trick. Let's say we want the model to use a new word in a sentence. We give it just an example of one shot and it magically gets it. For different tasks, we can experiment with more examples. Like instead of asking few shot like one shot, you can ask in terms of three shot, five shot, 10 shot, or multiple terms. It's like you try to unfold some magic tricks through it, through these kind of prompt strategies. Now, what will be cross-domain transfer? As we discuss about this particular point in previous prompt crafting technique. So now it's time for some serious magic. Cross-domain transfer is when models take what they have learned in one area and apply it to a different area. We start by training in one domain, fine tune, and try to utilize it another domain. And watch as our model shine in both strategies. It's like having a versatile superhero that's ready for any challenge. Like as we discussed already in distributed training in data and model parallelism topic as well, we will try to utilize multiple CPUs, multiple GPUs for a single type of task. Also, this type of methodology will be utilized in few short prompting technique through cross-domain transfer as well, as we can fine-tune one system, one LLM model, and it will help us to fine-tune or utilize the particular strategies or particular prompt crafting strategies into another LLM and domain feature as well. So here is a nifty trick where we try to adjust prompts to get the responses we want. It's like guiding a conversation with our models from fine-tuning to getting rid of biasness. It's all about crafting relevant prompts that bring out the best possible results in our models. If we take an example, who doesn't love examples? Fuchsia prompts makes tasks like drafting stories or solving puzzles as a breeze. It's like a sneak peek into the incredible things. These prompts can achieve anything or everything if they are properly crafted and if they are properly analyzed before passing it to the large language models. So that whenever we pass the fine-tuned and analyzed and properly pre-trained properly craft prompt to the large language models, then only then large language models will be able to will be able to generate the best possible result out of it. Now it's time to put these prompts to the set test. We throw various type of tasks at our models. compare them with other models and try to measure their skills. But it's not just about numbers. We also see how well they adapt, how well they transfer knowledge, how well they try to refine, fine tune each and every type of task understood and performed through fine tuning strategies, pre training strategies, each and everything involved in prompt engineering as well, from one task to another. So, large language models also have to understand each and every prompt crafting strategies. Only then they're able to generate the best possible prompts, best possible responses against our crafted or creative prompts in large language models. So, if we are moving towards challenges, even superheroes have their kryptonite. Few short learning isn't without its hurdles. With limited examples, capturing complex tasks is tough. Our model need to act ace in different tasks context, which can lead to some hiccups. And when tasks get complex, they might need more training. Then few short learning can also provide also utilize it and try to generate some best possible responses among it. Plus, adapting to new domains can be tricky, and optimizing different requirements is a bit of hit and trial method. So, what's the takeaway? Few short prompts unlock new horizons for models. They turn constraints into stepping stones. Crafting prompts that supercharge our models open door to quick adaptation like domain hopping and super efficient problem solving techniques. As we navigate this exciting landscape, the power of few shot learning keeps shaping the AI world of tomorrow. So that's all from our side in terms of few short prompts. Thank you so much.